Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Yeah.
Whoa. Look. The doll in the box is glowing. There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look. These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too ordinary for a magician's workshop. There's a distinct lack of mystery. We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere. Aha! If I just move this book, then hope...
A secret passageway! How did you know?
I'm a magician too, and apparently great minds really do think alike. Looks pretty big inside. Let's head in and take a look around. Step right up. I'm fine. Now disappear! Step right up. A round of applause. Now disappear. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys... If anyone makes a major discovery, let's...
All right, see you in a bit. Oh, seems like we can't step on the same tile twice. Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh? Wow! There's a hidden room here! This book's thick as a brick! Let's take a peek inside it.
It's nearly time for me to go on tour. I once overheard them talking. It's only been 10 days. They're very tough. They hide things from... That's the thing about children. I can sense that they're lying after thinking things over. P.S. P.P.S. Oh, Caesars. It seems like something's bothering. Surely he's not upset. I have a good feeling. They have all sorts of They wanted to call me master with time. Gemma thinks so too. 2 children came to anyway, I told them that at one of my shows as a joke, so I told them I wound up
2 magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and Lynette, don't you think? So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Let's go ask Linny! Linny?
Shh, hold that thought. As I...
Fishy? Uh-oh.
All in good time. Before we go over our new... First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. At this point, a dummy will fall out. Meanwhile, the real magician... Oh no! His...
Very vivid description.
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician. Of course, that's just how I think the inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. He fell right to the ground from the highest point, and no one else has ever attempted this trick since.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never... Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to... Wait a second. So if a dummy...
Glad you asked. That brings us to this. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed him. Once the magician's inside, and the box is lifted up into the air, from where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front. At this point, the magician presses a button. He then escapes through this trapdoor onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the...
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even...
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, many days and nights of careful... Caesar was a highly accomplished magician.
So, how did it go so...
I can make a pretty... I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time...
Okay. Nothing's...
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Which lead because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out. But a magician needs to be able to read the essence of magic is getting... And so, Caesar trained himself to... But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking... Exactly. I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure, but I'm sure he was confident. So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked, much like when you reach for your keys, but instinctively, his left hand would keep, with the stakes being as high as they were. Just a 2-second delay cost him
When in reality, someone switched, but how would they be able to make the switch?
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left. Isn't that right?
You just couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, could you? There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died 10 years... But I gave you your chance.
You mean Gemma? So...
Yes, although however stubborn she... Which is why you can't leave this place.
Do your worst!
Step right up!
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
This moment will be frozen in time. Cool it!
Verdict
Be gone!
dodge this!
Let's get this show on the road! Had enough yet, Lorenzo? Your cronies. I think it's high time you started...
If I had a Mora for every time... He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic.
So it was jealousy.
Jealousy. He poured everything into his street performances and his stupid... But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all. He forbade me from using magic to trick people, and with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of money, I had to kill him. There was...
And this was your only motive?
It was reason enough. What other...
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been...
In love with Gemma, don't...
Guess I was wrong about that then.
I am. Caesar was... I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte told us that the weasel...
That's just how it looked from the outside. I stole cheap things as a way of practice.
So, that's the story, huh?
What choice do I have? You're a pack of wolves and you've got... So be it. I've enjoyed power and wealth.
Very well. In that case, I'll contact the guards. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me. I'll meet you just outside the...
Lily has told me the whole Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to...
Look who's finally developed... What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because the...
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny? Should we start
Let me think. Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first.
Good point! We should go tell Gem...
Huh?